we like to think of it sometimes, instead of a motion controller, as a virtual reality controller, where really it is a 3D, manipulate the world, reach into the scene, do what you want kind of controller that just didn't exist before. My name is Richard Marks. I'm a senior researcher at Sony Computer Entertainment, US R&D. Here's some new technology demonstrations we have for the PlayStation Move. We'll start with one of our old ones. It just shows the rough tracking capability. Have the one-to-one tracking of the object. Here's a virtual Move controller rendered right over the top of the real Move. And then I have virtual sword. The biggest difference with Move is it combines camera tracking with internal sensors and a controller that you hold in your hand. So we have the kind of capabilities that you get from holding the controller and having buttons that you can very quickly select things with. And we have the very fast response that we can get from having the internal sensors. Then we have the fidelity of tracking that we get from the camera seeing this marked sphere. And you can also track your body like we've done with iToy in the past. We can do face tracking. We have a really flexible system that's also really responsive and precise. It offers something for everyone. It's really good to just pick it up and understand how to play a casual experience. It feels good in your hand, does what you expect, but also has a lot of things that you could do core experiences with. So it's something like Killzone 3 you could play, or you could play some, even the sports simulation games you could play at a much deeper level. Or you can just play them at a very quick, fun level. Being able to have a 3D controller like Move, where you can really reach into the 3D world, grab things, pick them up, move them around, manipulate them, that's just not possible to do with another kind of controller. And Move is the ideal thing for that, because it is tracked in all the different ways you're moving around. With iToy, we were tracking colored spheres on the ends of sticks back then, and we just couldn't do it reliably or accurately enough. And Move uses a lot of that same tracking technology, improved quite a bit actually. And the PlayStation Eye is the next version of the iToy that's targeted more for PlayStation 3. So it's higher resolution. The camera's 640 by 480, but we track at a sub-pixel level, so we get a lot higher fidelity than just 1 pixel out of it. Like with iToy, we tried to do as much as we could without a controller. And one of the things that surprised me a little bit back then was that some of the experiences I had created felt better if I picked something up and just held it while I was playing, even though it was just a stick. So something like when you're moving a virtual sword around, if you just do it with your hand, it's kind of neat, but it doesn't feel right. And you pick up a stick, and then it feels right. So there's some experiences just holding the controller is so much better. I think the DualShock is one of the best controllers ever made, and it's really good because it's abstract. The buttons can be mapped to anything, the analog sticks can be mapped to anything. That's a really good abstract controller. If you want spatial information or motion information, that's a different kind of information than DualShock can give, and we can do that with Move. Something like a fireball, I can have it come out of my hands. I really feel like I have fire flowing from each hand. There's lots of things that we can do with Move in the future. Our group, now that the hardware is done and the tracking is done, we're looking at all the different ways we could use the data to do new experiences. So if I switch to true multi-touch with Move, we can do something like this, where we have a piece of plastic almost in my hand, and I can do whatever I want with it. I can do that with the live video of myself, because we can render pretty much anything we want onto this. So here's the video of me rendered onto my plastic sheet. I can put that over here in the corner. You can do it with almost anything, pictures or web pages. You could do anything you would want open up this way. These are all just kind of ideas. You could have something like in a real-time RPG game, like a map you found. The last part of this demonstration you can do is you can really take the Move and see from its point of view. We call this camcorder mode. So I'm going to switch views. Now I'm seeing right as if I am where the Move is. I can zoom down in, look around, move around. So here's my controller. So I still have my controller in the other hand, so I can reach over and grab something, move it out of the way, move it over to here, throw it. I think with Move, since we do have so much more fidelity now, we can create these core experiences. So though Move is a great motion controller, and it is really great for this casual experience, since we do have the fidelity, we can create a different set of experiences. It really shows how the PlayStation Move can be used in a completely different way to navigate a 3D world. So here I have these hands of the chameleon, which is me, to really reach into the 3D world, grab the tree branch, pull myself along it, grab another branch, pull myself along, grab. And by just grabbing and moving around the world, this is a different way to navigate a 3D space. One of the things we believed with Move, and iToy before that, was we wanted to make these new things accessible to as many people as possible, and to do that you have to have a low price. So I think that, especially in Europe, the value of the Move is really good. The starter pack you get, the camera and the Move together, and the starter disc, that's a really good value, and I think a lot of people will benefit from being able to bring that into their home.